So this class went by so fast. Um, I don't even know if I have 5 minutes worth of stuff to talk about because it was summer. Summer is always such a blur. However, I really did enjoy this class. I kind of it makes sense how Dr. McClure said in the beginning that he wishes this class could be like a semester long class because this elective is definitely something that is worth a semester long thing because I don't even feel like I got to engage in as much stuff as I wanted to just because I would look and a deadline would have been passed and it was just so much to consume in a couple of weeks. However, some of my highlights for the semester are one when we had Dr. Oxendine, Dr. Oxendine's husband, the other Dr. Oxendine, come and talk about pretty much life at UNC Pembroke and the fact that they have this fixed tuition rate that I feel like if that was an option for me as an undergrad, I would have been all over it. But it's just amazing to me how location and what you can major in and what students feel like they will have as a social life can have a bigger determining factor as opposed to getting the education that everyone is supposed to be fighting for when they get to college. I know personally I had two friends that had full rides to UNC Pembroke when I was in undergrad, and they chose not to go just because of the location. One of them wanted to go to a HBCU, so she chose not to go to UNC Pembroke, and then the other just did not want to go to UNC Pembroke. She chose to go to UNCG, where she actually never finished because of having to pay for school each semester. So I think that the fact that they are offering a fixed tuition rate where you can go there and get just as good of a degree as anywhere else, a business degree, a bachelor's of arts, a bachelor's of science, all this different type of stuff, and students just don't want to latch onto that. So for me, that kind of goes into the component of when we were talking about the nudges for students, the things that help retention rates, having financial aid to pay for school, having social events, a social life. Because I feel like one of the big things that you don't really talk about when students are getting into college is the well-rounded student. So not just the academic portions or the job that you're going to get after graduation, because when I was going into undergrad, that's what everybody was talking about. Why are you majoring in this? You're not going to make any money after you graduate, because I chose to be a theater major. However, I had to do what worked for me. I didn't like math. I didn't like science. And I knew that I was not going to be in school for 6 years trying to get an undergraduate degree. So I chose theater, which I feel like personally made me a well-rounded person, with public speaking, with engaging with people, with customer service, all that type of stuff. And going to the college that I chose to go to is how I knew I wanted to be interested in being a higher education professional. So for me, it was the experience outside of the classroom that helped me get to the career path that I want to be on now. So I don't think people really take into consideration those kind of nudges when you are going into look at your college. So yes, if I was one of these students, I'd be running to UNC Pembroke, because what we don't talk about is the student loans that are coming after you graduate, and you're in so much debt when there are people basically like, hey, come to me for free. I mean, I work in financial aid. I talk to parents every day who are out-of-state students, and the cost is just so high for them, and it's just not realistic. Like, by the time you're finished paying for this undergraduate degree, you could have bought a house, a couple of cars, anything with all that money that you're borrowing. So, yeah. That has been my favorite part of the course this semester, and what I take from it is that I really wish it was a semester-long course so that I could have engaged more or not have felt rushed or felt like I was missing anything.